All right. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's Stephen Dunn with Core Therapy and Pilates in Austin, Texas. I'm the founder of Pilates for PTs. And today I just want to come on and talk a little bit about this week. It's been a crazy week in the physical therapy profession. A lot of us showed up to work this week and found out that one, we either had a pay cut, we either went from full-time to part-time, or we lost our job completely. And this was something that rings a bell with me back to the beginning of my career, And what happened at the beginning of my career back in 1998, I graduated on 8/8/98, August of 98, and I believe it was around, I took about a month off, traveled a little bit, then took my first job, and 10 weeks into my first job, I had a travel contract. Had a 13-week gig, and that 13-week gig, let me let my dogs out. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, I'll be right back. The dogs were wanting out. So I graduated, took a month off, worked for 10 weeks out of a 13-week gig. Something was signed on a Monday. I lost my job on Tuesday. Felt very similar to what happened this week. I showed up to work on Tuesday. I was working for Health South back in the day, and I was spending half my morning in inpatient rehab and half my morning in outpatient, or half the afternoon in outpatient, excuse me. And after 10 weeks of that, showed up on Tuesday, they told me Friday would be my last day. And that was my first introduction into the world of Medicare and one signature or one change or whatever, and how it affects the whole industry. Now, I ended up, I was living about 3 hours away from my hometown at that time. I moved back home. I lived with my parents for about 8 months, and it took me 8 months to find a job for the dust to settle. And I ended up moving to California and taking a job at that point. But I guess it was Tuesday, maybe it's Wednesday this week, I get on Facebook and I see this post about like how many people had lost their job according to this new 8% cut. Well, I think this was a big group with 40,000 people or so in it. And at the time that I read the numbers, and it had only been about 8 hours or 10 hours of the post being out, and there were around in the 40 to 50 range of PT assistants that had lost their job. There was around 40 to 50 CODAs that had lost their job. And so there was over 100 people between the PTAs and the COTAs and the PTs and OTs that lost their job. And I haven't been back to see what's happened since, but it's quite crazy. But when this happened to me in 98, I made a pact with myself that I was not going to let this happen to me again in this field. I was not going to let politicians decide if I could make money in this field. I was not going to let other people determine my ability to make a living in this industry. So about 3 years after that layoff, let's see, July, not quite. I got laid off in October or early November. I can't remember exactly. But about less than 3 years after I got laid off, I opened my own business. I had no plan of being an entrepreneur. Yeah, there's the dogs out there. I had no plan on being an entrepreneur. I just wanted to help people. I wanted to do my thing. I wanted to see people help people. And I was forced to go in the entrepreneurial field because I couldn't take it. I couldn't do the HMO world anymore. I couldn't do the workers' comp world anymore. And I couldn't do the Medicare world anymore from what I had seen in my first less than 3 years of working as a PT. So 2001, I opened my own business. 2002, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was 2000. Yeah, it was 2001. I'm sorry. 2001, I opened my own business. 2002, I got certified in Pilates, and that's where I started really changing everything about how I did. Everything how I ran my business changed after I took my Pilates certification. Let me say it that way. And I just want to share that if you go to work and you work hard and you bust your butt and you help your patients, this is the payback you get. You lose your job, you lose your benefits, you lose your full-time status, whatnot. If you create your own world, if you create your own place, if you create something that people will want to come see you for, then it doesn't matter what Medicare says. It doesn't matter what insurance says. I'm cash-based 100%. I don't take any insurance. I don't deal with it. And so what's happened this week, nothing of stress at my office. Nothing of issue, nothing of worry, nothing of concern. My patients are coming in, they're paying me, they're getting their receipts, what they need to get reimbursed. Most of them aren't even taking the time and hassle to get reimbursed. Most of them are finding me because I don't take insurance now. So I challenge you to start studying how to run a business. I challenge you to start learning how to be an entrepreneur. And if you need help with that, there's plenty of places and plenty of resources and plenty of people that can help you with that. Set yourself up to succeed. Don't let the establishment tell you what you can and can't do. Don't let your boss, who doesn't really even know what's going on with this, affect your livelihood. So I just want to hop on and share this today because I didn't really get into it too much this week because I've been busy crazy with other things going on. But the more I've seen about it, the more I've watched, the more people have come on and talked about it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is why I did what I did back in 2001. This is why I stopped taking insurance back 4 years ago. And I'll tell you a little story about that. I stopped taking insurance in 2016 because it was election year. And in that election year, whoever won the election, one was saying this, one was saying that. It didn't matter who won. I wasn't going to let my job be affected by it because I'd already lost my job once because of stuff I had no control of, right, back in 1998. So I just want to share this because if you set yourself up, you create the place that you want, you respect patients, you give them a place to come in and get well, people are going to come, people are going to pay out of pocket, they're going to see it, they're going to see you, they're going to make improvements. And I'm just so grateful that I'm in a place that I've created the place that I want it to be. I've created my own space. I live a mile from my office. My kids' school are a half a mile from my house. Everything is within a small pocket. It's all designed on purpose. It's to minimize the stress and hassles of life and optimize the happiness of life. And it's all been done on purpose, and you can do it too. You don't have to let your boss dictate what's going on. You don't have to let the Medicare, the powers that be dictate it. So I just want to hop on, share that today. I hope this resonates with somebody. If you have any questions or comments, put them below, direct message me. I'd love to chat more about it. Y'all take care. Have a fantastic weekend. It is Friday, and I'll see y'all soon.